This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 575, Low Stress Ways to Move House and Declutter Your Life by Annabel with Zen Habits, and I'm Justin Malik. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Optimal Living Daily, podcast that brings hundreds of blogs to audio for free, thousands actually, across all 5 of the podcasts. And on that note, if you're not aware of the other shows, please check them out to hear more blogs being narrated for you. You can hear money tips on Optimal Finance Daily, the best health and fitness blogs on Optimal Health Daily. Optimal Living Daily Business and Startups is where my business partner Lee and I narrate the best entrepreneurial, freelancer, and management blogs, including business productivity tips. And Optimal Living Daily Relationships covers dating, family, parenting, and everything in between. And we heard Zen Habits yesterday, but this post is from a guest author on that site. And it's a frequently asked question I hear, how to best minimize or declutter when moving. Chances are you're not moving right now. Well, maybe you are, but in either case, I'm sure there's info in here that can help you. And one day in the future, if you do move, you can refer back to this episode. So with that, let's hear the post as we optimize your life. Low Stress Ways to Move House and Declutter Your Life by Annabel with zenhabits.net. Did you know that moving house can be one of the most stressful times in your life? It's right up there with losing your job, divorce, or the death of a loved one as one of the biggest causes of stress. I've been there. In 2007, my husband and I sold our house along with most of our belongings and moved from New Zealand to Panama with our 3 young kids. We ended up spending 18 months in Central America and lived in Costa Rica for over a year, during which time we moved house 3 times. Moving house was easier in Costa Rica because by then we got rid of most of our possessions and had less to cart around with us. We got good at giving things away, selling them, or just chucking out all that rubbish that clutters up our lives. Moving out of our home in New Zealand was the big one. I certainly felt the stress could come, but managed to change that pressure into a buzz so I could enjoy the excitement of change and new beginnings. In the end, moving house and countries was a fun way to declutter our lives. Tips for a stress-free move. Number 1, get organized in advance. If you leave everything until the last minute, it will be stressful. We sold our house 5 months before we left and then rented it back from the new owner. That way we could relax with the cash in our bank account and not worry about how we were going to finance the move. Number 2, start selling non-essential items 3 months before you leave. Clutter and things you don't use much build up in any house, especially if you have kids. You'll find that there are plenty of things you can offload 2 or 3 months before your move. Stuff like toys, tools, kitchen equipment, many clothes, and everything that's broken or that you never use but have been saving for a rainy day. Number 3, organize your personal belongings and paperwork. Get a concertina folder for essential documents like passports, birth certificates, and other certificates, and keep them all together. Sort out your personal photos. Put them in albums and chuck out all the blurred and boring ones. Give all the kids a memory box. A shoebox will be about the right size for them to keep all their school reports, photos, pictures, and keepsakes in. Keep the box small, they will fit. Number 4, maximize this opportunity to minimize. There's no point in keeping too much stuff if you're making a big move. Sending it overseas may cost more than replacing it, and this is the ideal time to become more minimalist and get rid of all the possessions that are compromising your freedom. Make a list of everything you want to sell but need to keep until you leave. Furniture and big electrical items such as the fridge, washing machine, stereo, and dryer. Write an email with the title, description, and price. Just sell everything for half what you bought it for. Remember, you want to get rid of it. Now email this to all friends and colleagues who live nearby. I predict a feeding frenzy. Print out the email, ask people to commit to buying something, and add their name by the item. Ask them to swing by on moving day and pick it up. Simple yet effective, and your friends will be delighted. Number 5, have a huge garage sale for smaller items. Think of it as being paid to clean out your house and declutter your life. Again, remember to sell everything for a low price because your main aim is to get rid of stuff. If you're not comfortable making money from selling your old clothes, toys, crockery, and books, then mention in the garage sale ad that all proceeds will go to a worthy cause like Guampedia or your favorite charity. By now, your house, cupboards, and garage should be looking nice and empty, which will make cleaning easier. Don't pack or store any breakables unless they have sentimental value or are not replaceable. Things like crockery and glasses can be picked up when you get there. Number 6, packing. You can start packing up things you're taking early too. Buy a big roll of bubble wrap, masking tape, cardboard corners for pictures, and some tea chests from the removal company. Then pack a few things each night or blitz the lot in one day. Give the kids one small box each for toys they want to keep. This will focus them on not overpacking and on getting rid of everything they don't need anymore. Tell them you'll use some of the proceeds from selling their old stuff to fund a great family outing from your new home. Number 7, moving day. When your friends come around to collect all the stuff they bought, offer them all the crockery and glasses you needed until the last moment. If they don't want it, ask them to drop it off at a charity shop for you. They'll be so pleased with the great deals they got from you, they'll be happy to oblige. Finally, have a good cleanup or use some of your garage sale money to hire a cleaner. Boom, you're out of there. With less clutter tying you down, the world is your oyster. Just imagine if you were really good and got rid of it all, you'd be free as a bird. If you're like me, you'll enjoy the process of clearing out and moving house. Plus, it's great knowing that your friends will think of you every time they open that beautiful old trunk you spent weeks restoring. So you thought moving would be stressful? No way. Just adopt these Zen habits before making a move and debunk the myth that moving house is stressful forever. You just listened to the post titled Low Stress Ways to Move House and Declutter Your Life by Annabel with zenhabits.net. And hopefully there are some tips in there that you found useful. This is definitely a frequently asked question that I see. And don't forget about our other 5 shows that narrate blogs for you. Just search for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this show and subscribe. Every subscriber helps. That will do it for today. Thank you for being here. I hope you're having a great weekend if you're listening in real time. And I'll see you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.
Hey, this is Dan from the Optimal Finance Daily podcast, which is a lot like this show, except more focused on personal finance. Justin handpicks the best posts he can find from blogs and authors like Ramit Sethi, Mr. Money Mustache, and more, and I read them to you 5 days a week. So if you enjoy this podcast, come on over and subscribe to Optimal Finance Daily too. And together, we'll optimize your financial life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.